flipping school kids, eh? Yeah.
You all right, mate?
Yeah. Sierra Oscar from 218 receiving, over.
Go ahead.
Please stand up, Clang. Some joker's done a runner on the back.
Okay, we'll flood the area. Where's he heading?
South of Brendan Park Road.
That's 1T in Otley, is it?
Upper left
Sorry?
forearm. Last seen
Yeah, OK, I'll pass the message on to CID. Would you believe it? We're only doing Sheffield's dirty work from now.
Could be violent. Approach with caution. I repeat, approach with caution.
Sarge, how do you fancy picking up a Terence Otley of Lyndhurst Road on behalf of South Yorkshire Police? They'll fax through the formal request.
Yeah, Sheffield wants us to nick a body for them. Any takers?
Now look, Sarge, don't land us with another job. It's New Year's Eve. I want out of here at 5 o'clock. I've got a very pressing engagement.
Same goes for you, Alistair.
But why put her into
Give it the
care?
uniform, Ted. Compliments of the season.
We had hoped to have rather more of the prisoner than a few artefacts, as I'm sure you both realise.
It's all happened in a flash, sir.
Yes, well, these things do, Loxton. Right, so what do we got? Jamie Bishop, age 19, juvenile record. Well, it seems Mr. Bishop has come home.
Sorry, sir?
He served his apprenticeship on Sunhill's patch, Garfield. Gives him a head start, doesn't it? Recent convictions include criminal damage, fraud, ABH, currently charged with theft of cheque cards and £200 in cash, not to mention GBH on the complainant. In fact, the gist of this brief statement here is that Jamie Bishop nearly killed a man. Frank, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'll have the profile sent round. It looks as though we're dealing with somebody extremely dangerous here.
I'll bear that in mind. So, where are the two Wallies who lost him? Hightailed it back to Lambeth, I suppose.
They said their DA would be in touch.
I'll bet. They didn't happen to mention, did they, why he wasn't cuffed in the back of the van?
Yeah. He had some kind of allergy to the, metal.
Oh, really?
Oh, one good thing about this one, at least we give the paperwork on this. That gets a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Of course, it's worse for you. I mean, I can spell.
Mrs. Otley,
That's right.
is your husband home?
Terry?
What's the problem?
Terence Otley?
Yeah, that's right.
Terence Glyn Otley, I'm arresting you on behalf of South Yorkshire Police for an assault on Anthony Harris, which took place yesterday evening at the Alhambra Hotel, Commercial Street, Sheffield. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you say may be used in evidence. We'll need the clothes you were wearing last night for forensic purposes.
Yeah, you better come in.
Never tried to escape before, Gov.
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't fancy the hospitality on offer.
OK, then. See you down there, then, Janice. Thanks.
That's the best they could do with the photo.
The wonders of modern technology. Wouldn't fancy meeting him on a dark night, eh, Viv?
Oh, definitely. All right, if I disappear now, Gov, I've got to go and talk to Maxine's probation officer. She was sitting on the interview.
What interview?
Maxine Davis, Gov. She was Nick drumming up custom at the market. She's only 13. I've got to see if I can
No,
get her...
sit down.
Sorry?
Just sit down, Viv. Alistair's been getting a couple more facts together, courtesy of the CPS. Now, if we're going to find this joker, and if he's still on this ground, we are going to find him, we're going to have to put some flesh on the bones. That means hobbies, interests, scars in intimate places, bad habits, tastes in women. That's the same thing, isn't it? Now, we're all hoping that he's halfway to Inverness by now, but there's one thing makes us think Mr. Bishop may still be hanging around. That is, he did most of his juvenile work on this ground, so he must have some useful contacts.
I'll see what Donna can dig up on him.
Yeah, and check out any co-defendants.
Right, thank you, sir. Gov, that was D.I. Upton. There may be another reason to believe he's still in our patch. The witness who grassed on him lives round here, Paula Godard of Elcott Street. The inspector reckons Bishop could be heading her way.
Oh, yeah.
That's all you had, wasn't it, Tal? Oh, I don't know. Did you put anything in here? It's all baby stuff. I know. Hang on. Here we go. Not in here, Terry. You promised the baby.
Do you want to end up with these
Would you
laundry?
mind?
No.
Thanks very much.
Oh.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, mate. We normally come equipped, you know, but like we're just a taxi service.
Look, it's okay, Ruthie.
We've got a table booked for 8. What'll I do?
Don't worry.
I haven't been out. Not in ages. Not since Danny was born. And tonight we were going to...
Look, I'll get it sorted. I'll be back.
I'm afraid that's unlikely, sir. The questioning will probably take place in Sheffield. 2 officers are coming down to collect you. Sierra Oscar 577 receiving.
Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, we've arrested the suspect, Terence Otley, at the home address. We're coming back. If you can inform Sheffield, Dave.
Will do.
I mean, this can't happen, can it? We've just bought this place. We're just starting.
Yeah, but someone could have got their wires crossed up, you know. I mean, you were in Sheffield last night, were you, Mr. Otley?
I was, yeah. On business. I do a lot of northern towns. I'm a rep.
Yeah,
Come on, Reg.
Yeah, look, love, just get him a good brief, all right? That's the thing.
Look, get a bill right. See him, mate.
Yeah, it's Daddy. And if you have any troubles, you know, just give us a ring, right? PC 171, Reg Hollis.
Hi. Thanks.
You're nice, aren't you?
Tosh.
Yeah?
I want you to check out the area, see how hard it's going to be to cover.
OK, Gov.
Look, Gov, it's important. Once this kid gets caught up in the system, we'll never get her out again.
It's all important, Viv. And right now, this Godard woman is first in the queue. I need someone to hold her hand, apart from Michael.
Look, I've got Maxine's probation officer downstairs now. It took me forever to sort that out. You know what it's like this time of year, Gov.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Let's see if Munro's in a giving mood, shall we?
You had locked it.
I only nipped in for a couple of 6-packs. Then, of course, we had to go back because Christopher wanted some quavers.
You didn't actually see it being driven away?
And nor did anyone else, apparently. Can I have one?
Right, if I could have the details, Mrs. Tomlin.
Full desk school, XR3I, red, A-Reg.
I'll need the full number.
Oh, Derek will kill me. It had a Garfield in the front.
643 from Sierra Oscar.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Return to base, please, June. CID require your urgent assistance.
OK, Dave. Looks like you're on your own with this one, then.
Shame.
Marvellous, isn't it? CID whistle, we run. Cheerio. I could kill Viv.
Paula Goddard?
Yes.
Detective Constable Dashwood, WPC Ackland, Sunhill Police. I'm afraid it's about Jamie Bishop.
Oh, God. What now?
Could we come in?
Thank you.
I'm right at the top.
It's all flats, is it?
That's right.
You know any of the people in them?
They're empty.
Are they?
Well, let's hope they are. I mean, no one comes in or out. The landlord had them all out. He's trying to sell up.
So how come you're still here?
Born stubborn. Oh, go on in. Excuse the mess. Not up to much, is it? You wouldn't think I'd make such a fuss about getting out. Still, it's home.
It's nice. It's cosy.
It could be very nice.
Yeah, don't say it. I know, if you had a bit of money to spend. Oh, it all comes down to money in the end, doesn't it?
The thing is...
I told the other lot all I could.
I'm afraid Jamie escaped from custody this morning.
What?
He was being brought to Sun Hill. We were going to keep him in our cells for a couple of days. We do that sometimes because of prison overcrowding. Don't get too worried. He won't stay out long.
I was just starting to sleep again at night.
Could you move out for a couple of days? We could find you a place, just till we get him back.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, of course, it's up to you.
Because he'd have me out of here then, wouldn't he, my landlord? He'd have the locks changed before I was halfway down the stairs.
We could have a word. Sort him out.
What, like you sorted out Jamie for me, you mean?
He wasn't actually in our custody when it happened.
Oh, well then, that makes it all right then, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Look, would you like me to stay with you, Paula?
Yeah. Yeah, if you like.
Okay.
I'll go and check the flats downstairs. Is there access out the back of here?
Oh, you'll be able to fill me in on Jamie.
If you've got a week to spare.
I think this Mrs. Dyson might be able to help us with Bishop.
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Right, what have we got here then? Terence Otley, Sarge. Consignment for Sheffield.
Well, lucky for you, the remand prison's done a runner, so we can process him here.
Look, I didn't throw a strop just now. I mean, well, I let them bring me in because I didn't want my wife upset. Any more upset. I thought I'd come down, get it all sorted out. So you better tell me what this is all about.
I'm afraid we'll have to wait for the Sheffield officers to get here for that, sir.
What do you mean, I've got to sit around?
Well, we can fix you up with a nice warm cell. His wife is contacting a brief, Sarge, on my advice. Nothing for you to worry about then, is there, sir?
I just need to speak to Janice Dyson.
What, right in the middle of an interview?
It's extremely urgent.
Well, couldn't it have waited a few minutes, Sarge? I mean, we were really getting somewhere. Now we'll be back to square one.
You appear to think you're a special case today, Viv. We're all in this mess together.
You had your phone call yet, have you?
No, I don't think she's going to.
I thought I was being hijacked.
Yeah, well, you are. Better get back to Maxine.
So, where are you taking me, Alistair? Quiet dinner for two.
Yeah, let's just step in here, can we?
And it wasn't here an hour ago? They must have been plastered. Lines to Sierra Oscar. Receiving.
Go ahead, Tosh.
Can you put me through to Mr. Burnside, please, Kath?
That's just round the corner from Paula's, is it?
Yes, go.
Get the sock out there, Tosh. This could be Bishop's getaway vehicle. Let me know.
Right, go.
Gov, I've had a chat with the probation officer who dealt with Bishop at juvenile level.
Yeah?
Yeah. Seems like Jamie was the one who got away. Social services, everyone tried their best, he just fell through the net.
So what's she saying?
Dangerous schizoid tendencies, she reckons. Not developed enough to merit treatment. Like he had to try a bit harder.
Yeah. Well, I reckon he's out there right now, getting in some practice.
Nothing definite yet. We haven't got any clear prints. Still, the day is young.
Yeah.
Like me to come and hold your hand, would you, June?
No, thanks. I'm not that desperate.
They think it's a bit odd, don't they? A woman drinking whiskey makes them nervous. Men, I mean.
Yeah, well, a lot makes them nervous.
Do you want to know about Jamie?
It might help, yeah.
Why not? I'm in the mood. There wasn't anything going on between us, if that's what you're thinking.
No.
No, I just felt sorry for him, I suppose. He'd never had a home. It was in Woolworths when I first saw him. 4 years ago. There he was, stuffing these batteries into his pocket. I mean, he looked all of 12. I went up behind him, very quiet, and I said, I think you better put those back where you found them. He nearly jumped out of his skin, honestly. My heart just went out to him. It got this little pinched face. Well, what could I do? I mean, I had to bring him home with me, didn't I?
He went on getting into trouble, though, didn't he?
Oh. He'd go off for weeks at a time. He didn't say he had a home here, not to anyone. I was kept secret.
Did you ever talk to him about what he was doing?
I don't think he could help it, to tell you the truth.
Well, of course, there are two ways of looking at that. So.
Like nature or nurture, isn't it? Who knows? He didn't have much nurturing, Jamie didn't. Only what I gave him. Too late. I had one of my own, you see, June. Only he died.
Oh.
Oh, it's a long time ago now. But, you never get over it.
No, I can imagine.
So maybe with Jamie, I was trying to fill a gap. It wasn't his fault, he couldn't. Only it sort of hurt more.
What did Paula?
He started stealing from me. I didn't twig at first. For ages, I kidded myself it couldn't be true. Then he started leaving stuff around the house that I knew he must have got from other people. Or check cards and things like that. I could see he was getting in deep. I had to say something. But when I did, he went funny. He frightened me, June. He put his hands round my throat. Now, only for a second, mind. And then he sort of came to himself.
Oh, I should think a second was enough.
Well, I thought then, this can't go on. I mean, something awful could happen and I'd be to blame. That's why I shopped him, June. I mean, I did it for him.
No, honestly, you did the right thing.
But he hates me now, doesn't he?
Sierra Oscar from 643, receiving, over.
Go ahead, June.
Look, where is everybody, Kath? Somebody's just tried to break in. I want assistance here, fast.
Aren't Mike and Tosh there?
They're with the dumped car.
I'll call them, but Steve and George should be with you.
Yeah, well, tell them to hurry it up, will you?
Is this your place, love?
Yeah.
You see him go?
That way.
Tosh, do you want to check the flat?
Okay,
Which way? Over the other side?
Yeah.
Where was he heading? Other side of the road, amongst the houses.
Oh, I've been doing this all day.
He was crouched under there when he saw me. I was bringing up the rubbish.
Yeah, and you're sure he had a beard?
I think so. The thing is, he was a bit turned away, you see. I mean, I reckon I was still getting used to coming up into the lights.
Yeah.
Hold on. Without a beard. Yeah, about 5'10", 11, slim build, dark hair, and he was sort of ill-looking. No beard.
Thank you. That'll do very nicely, Miss Elliot.
I'm afraid this is all we got of him.
Time to dig in then, Tosh.
Yeah.
Mr. Conway available, is he?
I'm afraid he's tied up for the moment.
I wasn't asking about his sexual habits.
Yorkie!
Put you out to grass, have they, Sarge?
Watch it. Holiday, is it? I thought those security jobs worked you 8 days a week.
Now, business.
We haven't nicked you, have we?
No, not yet. I'm down here collecting a body you've picked up for us.
Hey?
I'm with a colleague, DC Lane. South Yorkshire Police Sarge. Back in the job. Seems safely tucked up for the night. Give you any trouble?
No, not at all. Busy coming across as the devoted family man.
Yeah, till he gets north of Watford, then he turns into Jack the Lad.
Thank you.
OK, Mr. Baines, finished, have you?
Oh, yes.
This is one of the officers in charge of the case, DC Smith.
So, which interview room?
Oh, we won't interview till we reach Sheffield, Mr. Baines. I don't know whether you want to put an agent in up there, save you the trek.
This is all very laid back of you, DC Smith. You must be extremely confident you can get enough evidence in the time.
Sorry?
Because, of course, the detention clock has already started.
Not according to the book, sir.
Oh, yes, very much according to the book, officer. It began the moment my client was asked a question relating to the offence.
I haven't spoken to him yet.
You haven't, DC Smith. But I'm afraid a Sunhill officer saw fit to begin investigations.
What?
It's, PC 171 Hollis, to be exact. I'd get your colleague if I were you. Time's ticking on.
If Jamie's interested in saving his skin, he'll be on a lorry headed for Liverpool.
I don't think Jamie is interested in saving his skin. I think he's interested in his pound of flesh. Burnside at 643.
Go ahead, Gov.
This be a good time for me to have a chat with Paula Godard, June.
She's asleep now, Gov. I reckon she's had it. Sounds like Bishop frightened the living daylights out of her in the end.
Yeah, all right, I'll catch you later. Looks like Paula lives in the smart side of town. Sort of uniform outfit, Ted.
OK.
Do you want a coffee?
Thanks very much. Cosy.
I like it. Feels safe. Well, it did feel safe until we had escaped prisoners on the loose.
Yeah, well, that's not our fault.
So Michael says.
So what do you know about your next-door neighbour, Paula Godard?
Not a lot. Mind, for the 6 months I've been here, I've had to keep my head down. I'm trying to finish my thesis. The most I see of the world half the time is a passing pair of legs.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Interesting observation post. Depending on the legs.
Well, you're quite welcome to use the place, if you like.
Well, it does have certain advantages, doesn't it, Michael? Especially now the temperature's started to drop.
He's what? Well, get him out of it. Look, I've got to talk to him, Denise. It's urgent. We've got a problem with our body. We'll have another go. Ken's legless.
What?
Got there, got plastered. He's in the bath now. She can't get him out. It's a very small bath.
We don't have baths where you come from.
Yes, perhaps you had better let the water out.
Cheers.
Sarge, has anyone left his CID?
On New Year's Eve, you're kidding. And Happy New Year, Yorkie.
Oh, all right, lads.
Son. Yorkie! How's tricks? All right, mate. Heard you was back in the job.
You Burke. You've been talking to Otley, haven't you? Asking him questions.
Well, it's only...
You've only started the detention clock for us, that's all. So now we're going to have to bomb him to Sheffield, aren't we? Before it runs out on us. Set up an ID parade.
Well, that was only one question. Like, was he up in those parts or whatever?
Oh, so you've made a note of it, have you?
Well, that was just a chat.
Well, Otley's brief doesn't think so.
Well, he wouldn't, would he?
When I need your advice, I'll come back to you.
It's called letting the brief walk all over you.
Make up your notes. I need a statement here, pronto. I'm taking Otley back.
Always did go to pieces under pressure, Yorkie. Still, well, thanks, Bess. I appreciate your help.
Any luck?
Nah. Yorkie!
Well, look at him. Couldn't you just eat him? Yeah, love the suit.
Oh, ignore her, she's already half cut.
You just shut up, you. I'm in a good mood.
One of us now, Yorkie.
How's things up north?
Do you fancy finding out?
1 more minute and I would have been out of the place. Can you believe it?
I'm taking the suspect, Terence Otley, back with me tonight, Sarge.
I thought you might.
You don't feel able to conduct the interview on the spot, do you, officer?
That's right, Mr. Benz.
I don't have to remind you that no interview should take place in the course of the journey.
No, you don't have to remind me about that.
Look, what's going on?
We're on our way to Sheffield, Mr. Otley.
Don't worry, we'll be putting in an agent up there. You'll know exactly when that clock started.
Look, I've got to phone Rufy. She'll be worried sick.
It's all right, I'll phone her. Might be better coming from me.
Look, I'm going your way. I'll give you a lift to the station, yeah?
Fine, I'll tell him. Mrs. Otley, that was.
Oops, wanted to talk to her husband, did she? I suppose no one's told her.
No, Kath, it wasn't her husband she wanted.
Oh?
It was PC 171, Hollis.
It's gonna be tight.
You haven't got enough on me, have you? That's why we're going up there, so you can fit me up.
Let's just keep the chat to a minimum, shall we, Mr. Otley?
What, you mean I can't talk now?
Oh, you can talk. Just don't expect any response.
Be a real bundle of laughs, it's true.
You should just about make it.
Don't wait and see, will you?
No, right.
Let him go.
Hey, mate, go on.
What's he done? Had a faggot, no smoking, eh?
I need to go to the toilet.
Come on, then.
Thing is, you see, it's been going on for a while. Didn't suit him being married. Talk about born bachelor. Know the sort. Clubbing. Pubbing. That was his life till he met me. He thought his expiry date was nearly up, I reckon. Then, when I got pregnant with Danny, well, he was over the moon. Didn't last, though.
And what, he just sort of went off the rails, did he?
Oh, and how? Mind, he did usually wait till he got on the train.
Oh, very considerate.
I think he thought he was covering his tracks. Oh. Only, I knew from what his mates said, little snide comments, he hadn't changed. So, like today, I should have known, shouldn't I?
Sorry?
Well, this scrap he was in was over some woman.
Oh, he told you about it, did he?
Well, he had to. He'd ruined his shirt. Blood doesn't come out, whatever they say. Had to stuff it in the bin. It's out there now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would have stood by him if this woman hadn't rung from Sheffield.
Oh, what time was this?
Oh, about an hour after you took him. She kept on about how he wouldn't stop pestering her and who did he think he was, and now he'd gone and bopped her fella. Only she didn't want to get involved. It was all down to me. So it's all right, I told her. I'll sort him out. I will. I mean, what kind of father's that? I mean, the thing is, Reg, he was always nice to us. Loving. But when I heard he was off to Sheffield, well, it's now or never, I thought.
Look, I'm going to have to get a statement up, you know. Would it be all right if I got my mate in?
I reckon he knew I was onto him. I could see it in his eyes. I should never have married him, should I?
Yeah, well, you weren't to know.
Like a prison term, this place. Me, the baby and all. Mortgage hanging over us. He had to break out. I mean, there's not many men like you, Reg. But listen.
Oh. Yeah, well, it's all part of the job, isn't it?
Awful, isn't it? You know what really puts the tin lid on it? I haven't been out in months. And the one night it's all settled, this happens. I've had a table book since about August. Talk about a waste.
Egg. Beef's off.
Oh, I'll be mother, shall I? Jim. Look, there'll be a cart of meters. You can clear it off then if you like. I'm gonna have to try and get hold of this witness we need for tomorrow. Oh, you've got a witness, have you? This woman saw it happen. Trouble is, she's a Tom. So? Well, she don't want to get involved.
I need to make a phone call. I want to talk to me wife.
Oh, you sit down.
Look, I've got the right to make a phone call.
Well, what are you going to do? Wish her Happy New Year? Yeah, OK.
No, I think I've got the wrong number. Ruth? Look, I want Ruth. Look, what's happened? Look, what's going on? Hello? Reg! So she's made a statement now, has she? Fax it through to us, will you? Yeah. Same to you, mate. Can't even trust your own wife. Loyal to themselves, women. Right. Get some beers in, shall we? Yeah? Well, we're off luck now, aren't we? His wife's shocked him. This lot's on Ken. What about him? Why not? I reckon he's in most need.
Still here?
Afraid so.
Coffee?
Yeah, thanks. Do you feel better if you lie down?
What do you think? You don't have to stay here, you know.
I'm afraid it's not as easy as that, Paula.
You've done your best. Go on. I'll lock the door, put the bolt on, take a pill.
There's been a firm sighting of him in the area.
What?
The person who broke the window. It sounds like it could be Jamie.
I see.
Plus, we think we could have found his getaway car a couple of streets away. Now look, we can still get you out of here, find you somewhere safe.
I know him. There isn't anywhere safe.
George. It's okay. Got another tube. He's pulled that stunt once before.
Yeah, but it didn't come from the woman's house, though, did it?
Intruder Doyle, number 195,
Dead. Lock your door. Michael, hang around Paula's till I give it a word. There's no occupier. All right, spread out. Watch all the exits. Cover the rear.
DI Burnside from 643. What's going on, Gov?
That's all right, June. Everything's under control. We're with you now.
You think he came back for these?
Come on, let's stop prattling about, eh?
George!
George? Okay, mate.
Well done, George. You got him.
No, he hasn't.
Everyone's down there, are they?
Yeah. It looks like a full alert.
You go if you want.
Nah, they'll manage.
Still, you ought to be there. I'll be okay, honest I will. You don't want to worry about me. June?
Yeah, I'll be with you in a sec.
So who are you when you're at home?
Try his prints on the Ford Escort.
The headlight was smashed when I nicked it. You ain't laying that on me.
This operation is temporarily suspended. Don't say a thing, Ted.
You'll be able to go home soon, won't you? Got a party to go to.
Do you usually use a headset when you're on your own, Paula?
I don't. No. Not usually. There'd be no point, would there? Jamie. Jamie!
Sarah,
Yes, now, don't do anything silly. He can be very persuasive, can Jamie? You'd be surprised.
You might even like it. Paula does, don't you?
Terrible taste in music, haven't they? Young people today.
You okay, June? We've got someone, but it's not Bishop.
Okay, thanks, Gov.
Want some company in there?
I'm all right for company, thanks.
There now. That wasn't too difficult, was it? Sit down.
Sit down, she said.
They're like synchronised. Get lost, Jim. It's a lesson in it. I mean, like, never make plans, because if you do, they get scuppered.
Yeah.
I was going to go down Flamingos tonight. There's a bird down there. I'm really gone on.
What?
She's like waiting now.
Oh, probably. She didn't know I was coming, though. But it was all going to happen. I knew it.
I was going to screw around with Stamper and the lads. It would have been... How long will I get?
Now, let's see. How much blood was there? I mean, like a noseful.
Oh, yeah.
And she led you on. You thought it was a meaningful relationship.
I can't say that with Ruthie there, can I?
20 years.
Maybe I can then. Oh, let me.
No, it's okay.
No, it's not me. No, it's just... I'm just, She did this.
Did she?
Feel it. It's not very nice, is it? Not very nice at all. Just about half an hour back. In there. Yeah. Well, you was out here. Watching over us.
He shows off. He does, June. I can't stand showing off. Mind you, he always did. It's nothing new, is it, Jamie? I just thought he needed a lesson. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what they say.
Spare the knife, spoil the...
Oh!
It's hot in here, isn't it? Ain't you wanting that thing? Paula gets hot.
You know you're going to have to give yourself up, don't you, Jamie? It's only a matter of time.
I didn't scream when she cut me. That was good, wasn't it?
Next he'll be wanting a badge.
But you would, wouldn't you? Hey? You'd scream, wouldn't you?
I would, yeah.
Mind you, I gave you the chance to go, didn't I, June? Go on, I said, I'll be all right. But oh no, you had to hang on. So, there's no one but yourself to blame, is there? For what happens now?
Sorry. I didn't mean to take off. It was a bit of a shock.
No, don't worry. I'll buy you a drink.
Thanks. I'll have a vodka. Fancy having to look after the two of them on your own?
Yeah, well, it's a challenge, certainly.
Who's with them now?
Double vodka, was it?
They're pulling out your lot, June.
Yeah?
They'll be in touch.
Oh, I think they've forgotten you.
What did Jamie steal from you, Paula? What made you grass him up?
Never you mind.
Oh, I think she should know. It's only fair, after all. I ran him, you see, June.
Oh, yeah. She ran me all right.
Gave him ideas. Because he's not got much up top, have you, Jamie, love? Not when it comes to the really big stuff. And I wanted him to have a chance in life. I mean, he has got a really nice face. Yeah, well, he has when he's not looking like that. And once he'd met the rest of the gang, he felt quite at home.
What gang, Paula?
Shut up, will you?
Got quite a few working for me, June. Kiting dud checks, nicking family allowance books, the odd bit of violent coercion, that sort of thing. I do all the organising. Well, they're not up to it, really. I mean, they're just kids. In fact, Jamie was the best of the bunch. He had a natural flair. That is, until he met Lisa, of course. It was her that made him greedy.
Leave her out.
That was when he started cheating on me, wasn't it? Lying. That's what I couldn't stand. That's why I had to tell your lot, June. Jamie knows that, don't you? I thought he'd come to terms, but oh, no. no. He had to rush back here to find out. Couldn't believe I could do it, could you?
You're twisted, you are, Paula. You're all eaten up inside. I wouldn't have done that, not to a dog. I thought I mattered to you. You said I was special. You said I was like Simon.
Chalk and cheese, Jamie. Chalk and cheese.
Yeah, well, you did for him, didn't you?
No.
Poor little sod. Oh, yes. Got him right involved with the hard men, didn't you?
No.
Yes, ended up in some field with an hole in his neck.
No. Oh, don't you ever say that again. Do you understand me? Not ever.
You like running things, do you, Paula? Organising people, being in control?
Keeps me off the streets, doesn't it? That's what I've tried to do for my lot. Keep them off the streets. Mind you, there's some, of course, that you can't help. Fools to themselves. But then again, maybe the streets where they belong. Like his little scrubber. Like Lisa.
I said, leave her out.
Very nice she was.
Yes, she was.
But I don't know many who hadn't been through her, though, do you?
No, just shut it, Paula!
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Because these days, he doesn't care what he does.
Yeah. I'm getting there, aren't I?
Of course, it's taken a lot of hard work. But I knew he'd come round to it. It was just a question of time.
Why don't you get rid of her? You could have.
Because I wanted you to do that. For me. Right, June. Time to use that radio thingy you're so keen on.
What?
Well, there's still quite a few of your lot down there, aren't there? And we're having such a good time up here. Well, it's almost a party, isn't it? So why don't you tell them all to go?
They won't. I want to come up here first. Talk to you.
Let's see, shall we? Go on.
DI Burnside from 643 receiving, over.
Yeah, hello, June. Look, sorry to keep you hanging around. Michael's been paying his respects to the lady in the basement. He's on his way up to see Paula now.
Tell him don't bother.
She sounds really pissed off, doesn't she, Go? June, I only went down there to check there was no access.
It's okay. Just go.
What about Paula?
She says there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of it more as a public relations exercise.
Forget it.
Yeah, all right, June. You're going to hang around a bit, are you?
That's right.
Sounds like you're out of favour as well, Gov.
Yeah, doesn't it?
She can have anything she wants when I get out. You know what, Jim? I've been dreaming about tonight. I'd step off that train. Bosh. It would happen.
What would?
Life.
Oh, yeah.
Here. Here, I know her. Dream on.
I'll just get some crisps.
Sit down.
Eh?
We're nearly there. We've got to sober up. We've had a skinful as it is.
Oh, come on.
No way. Oh, well. All right, then. From now on, everything's going to be different.
Well, things are going to be different for you, all right, mate?
So, I think we can leave now. Don't you?
Well, you won't get far.
Not your problem, June. The knife's in the drawer.
Oh, what, where you left it, you mean? After you cut him?
That's right.
Gives you a kick, does it, Paula? To kill him an inch at a time?
Haven't got a clue, have you, June?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I think so.
Him and me. We belong.
Oh, come on, he's not down to your level.
It'll happen.
What, like it did with Simon?
That wasn't my fault.
You did for him, didn't you? Your own son.
Get her
you
out of
trained
here.
him up, turned him into a hard nut.
Come on, do
And
it!
he ended up dead. You can't face that, can you, Paula? The fact that he died because of you.
No!
So you had to have someone, didn't you?
No!
Anyone. Make them pay.
No!
And then along came Jamie. He was anyone.
No! Now, you chose me, didn't you? I was special. I was like Simon. Wasn't I?
She's right. You could have been anyone. You were.
You don't mean that! You're just saying that so I'll get angry. You're just saying it...
And it's still like the first day after they told me. He'd never come home. If you walked out of that door, I'd hardly notice. After a bit, I'd forget your name. And that's what you came here for, wasn't it? That's what you wanted to know.
You bitch!
Yeah, pathetic, isn't it? I should have known better. You had more in you than I thought.
DI Burnside from 643.
Receiving.
I'm here, June. There you go, Bishop. All the comforts of home.
Thing is with women, Gov, they don't drink scotch.
Yeah, I know. Anyone else want one? Cheers. Happy New Year.
Cheers.